Yo, this is Team Berserker with another deck profile, and this time we're doing Burn Abyss again, an updated version with a few info about the new Premium Gold that's coming out, and possibly a restriction on Dante. Rumors are that Dante's gonna get hit to 2, and the last time one of the local shops that I go to and advises about hopefully card being banned. All the cards they pronounced were the cards that got hit in the emergency ban list. So Dante into 2 could be possible for BA players. It does hurt, but Dante into 2 makes space for Beatrice to come into play, and we just have to edit our decks for to add Pilgrim and maybe change a few of the mechanisms about it. But let's start with the deck profile. I have 3 Skarms. 3 Skarms due to the fact that if it gets milled to the graveyard or it gets detached for overlay and sent to the graveyard, at end phase you get to search for a level 3 Fiend to add to your hand. Two Sir. Sir, if it ends up to the graveyard, you can special summon a BA monster from the graveyard to send summon them to the field. And when you're grinding with this deck, especially with this deck, when you know you have a low count in your deck, the loop that I like to use is bring Dante, keep him there. Destroy Dante, bring Sir back in, and just recycle, do that loop, and then eventually you have Fire Lake and the Traveler that brings all the BA monsters when they get destroyed in defense position. That's where you keep the loop. You recollect these 3 cards, and you have a loop going on until either they have game or you have enough time to stall to make your comeback play. I have 1 graph. Effective graph is you send it to the graveyard, you get switch summon 1 BA monster from your deck to the field. I run 2 Farfa. Due to the fact that you could banish a monster if it lands on the graveyard, and it comes to crucial times when you need to poke that person for either 15 or 1,000, you could just banish them for that turn. The monster does return at the end phase, but people forget to bring it back, and that's when the technicality goes to where either they could bring it back or you could be the douchebag and be like, no, you can't, you missed your timing. I have 1 Barbar. This card you burn when it's on the field, you banish 3 BA monsters and burn them for 900. When you're recycling through that play, you have Dante. What I like to use, if the person's already at, I'm gonna say 2200, I like to recycle Barbar as much as I can so I could burn that person for 900. Push for game. And normally it's a scrub way, like people say it's a dirty way to win, but Barbar pulls through. I want Calcab. It's target a spell, a trap, and add it back to hand. I have 1 Libic, special summon a level 3 Fiend type monster to the field, negates its effects. And 1 Kagna to. The combo with Kagna is to throw away the Good and Evil or the Pilgrim summon card. Because if it's in the graveyard, this card you could remove from play. Throw a BA card to the graveyard, search for a BA card, effect goes off from the graveyard as well. Or if you want to throw the ritual card to bring out the Pilgrim, you can banish it and give one of your BA monsters 800. So giving Dante 800 when you're playing let's say Cosmos, when he's a destroyer is at 3000, you could pretty much wreck or beat him with that. We got one Rubik, and he's a tuner, so you go for your Dante. Oh no, for your Virgil. And we have Drahig, Millet, and you top deck a B8 card and put it top of your top of your deck. Now for non-BA monsters, I have 3 Fiendish Rhinos. Fiendish Rhinos gave this deck a super boost to the fact that you could it lands on the graveyard, you use the effect, you dump another card to the graveyard, effect goes off, so you got 2 effects going off, and you go to thin out your deck as possible so you can get your plays on. And the effect of Fiendish Rhino is that if you summon him, you summon you have a BA, you summon Fiendish Rhino, it negates the Fiend's effect, so it won't die when he's on the field. You go attack, and if they use Mirror Force or anything, he dies instead of your BA monsters die. Your other Fiends die. So he dies, and then you still go poke for game, if it's possible. I have one Absolute Backjack, to the fact that right now traps are useful. You get to watch the top 3 of your deck, or your cards in your deck, arrange it any way you order, and if it's your opponent, so you can banish it. If it reveals a normal type trap card, you set it and activate it the same turn. So it's a good card right now. One Crane to special summon level 3 and overlay for it. And I have a Tour Guide. Tour Guide, you special summon a Fiend monster. Normally you go for Sir or Graph, detach, special summon another monster, and you mill 3 with Dante. Alright, for my spells, I have 1 Good and Evil. Good and Evil, you want to make sure to get rid of this hand. Get rid of this card if you draw into it. So normally I like to use this card when I have Twin Twister. You destroy 2 cards, dump this, next turn you can use it to banish it and dump a Burning Abyss card and add another Burning Abyss card to your hand and activate effect on the grave. I have 2 Max Change. I'm running Dark Law in this deck for Mermals, for Cosmos, or other cards Infernoids. So 2, it's going to change. I'm going to have probably 1 and add the Pilgrim card, the Ritual card, so I could do the banishing and gain 800, but I'm not sure. Still testing it out. I run 2 Twin Twisters because I want to destroy back row and get rid of a card to land on my grave. I have 1 Foolish Burial and 1 Raigeki. Foolish Burial, you get to dump. It's the same thing as a Rhino, but it starts your play, and I have 1 Raigeki. But I'm thinking about getting rid of Foolish Burial and adding either Karma Cut during YCS Vegas, because I am going to go to YCS Vegas with this deck. So, I don't know, I'm going to decide what to run for that day. I got 1 Phoenix Wing Blast. Love this card. When you're grinding, you get rid of that monster that's giving you trouble, put it at the top of the deck, or put it back to the extra deck, and go for game. Have 1 Mistake. Mermals, Mistake. It hurts Mermals. It hurts Monarchs, and sometimes Cosmos. So Mistake is the card that I like to play at 1 and sign the other one in my extra deck, due to the fact that you want to stop them from searching, and if they have a brick hand, you go OTK with if you stop them from searching. You got 1 Skill Drain. Skill Drain pulls through sometimes when you negate effects, or you want to negate the effect for that turn and then destroy it with an MST if you got, or a Twin Twister, and get off your place. Have 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. I'm running 1. I have 2 on the side, but at the moment 1 is great because you have Anti-Spell Fragrance, you have Mistake, and you have Skill Drain. They have to decide what to pop, so they will keep playing. And normally they pop Skill Drain first, and then they pop Anti-Spell Fragrance. I have one Solemn Warning and one Solemn Strike. So warning is when they want to overlay. When you do the overlay, you do warning, and Solemn Strike, you get pretty much the exceed or inherent summon. You negate the inherent summon, and you send that card to the graveyard. I run one Storming. Normally, I'm not sure BA, but lately I've been testing out the Storming in my deck, and it's been giving me great results when I have to play against Murmurs and Draco Pals. When they attack, I don't target, so I chain this. They get everything back to their hand, and still advance on the graveyard, and they leave the field open for me for the next turn. So next, with the open field and Twin Twisters popping back row, you could go for the OTK if it's possible, or do it good damage to them before they could catch up to you. Around 2 Horned Heavens. They normal summon. You could just destroy one of your monster cards, Sir or Dante, and you get to add one to hand, and anything below it, you special summon. I run 3 Fire Lakes due to the fact that I want to loop the Fire Lake with Dante's when I have to grind, and I have the Traveler of the Burning Abyss. So what you do, if you're looping Dante and Sir, so you add, or if you see Dante and you destroy your field, you loop the Traveler, and you loop the Traveler and Sir, and then when you do it again, you do it all over. You recycle the Fire Lake, and then you recycle again another Traveler. So it's a loop that you constantly go for if you're like stuck with a big play and you're playing defensively. With this loop, you could actually have the field, do Fire Lake, and just like break their field if it's possible. And it is possible. Or you could stall for time. So if you know you did damage to them and you want to win or you want to hit them, you could do time and then you go for the game. So right now I have in my extra deck I run 3 Dantes. If the rumors are true, you will have only 2 Dantes, so Beatrice will be the fill-in for this deck, at least for me. I run 3 Downers. I run 1 Leviathan Dragon due to the fact that you can detach, becomes 25 Beefsteak. Next turn you detach, becomes 3,000. He can't attack directly, but you have something you could destroy, Cosmos Dark Destroyer, or anything that's bigger than this, or bigger than 25 than Dante. When I'm a shark, normally I have either Sir or Graf or Barbar on the bottom of this. Detach, burn them for 900, attack directly for 2,000. And I have Breaksword. Breaksword for this deck, when Breaksword came out, I picked one up immediately. I saw potential for this, so I this card does detach. You destroy a card, and you target one card, you target one of your cards, you both destroy both of them. And if you have Dante on board, you want to destroy Dante. If he's with no overlay, destroy Dante, pick up a Sir, and you could normal summon Sir and bring Dante back. You could recycle Dante with Sir if you don't get your Sir banished. So that's what we got. Breaksword. Have 1 Ghost Trick card to pop back row, but Ghost Trick card, it's good when he only has 1 card, but I don't play him often, so he's a question mark in this deck right now. Due to the fact that there's no game, no enough playtime for Ghost Trick card in this deck. Have Wanda Zaiming. Again, I rarely go into it, but it does come through when you have a play. Destroy it, detach, use the effect. I run 1 Acid Golem. When you can't have that play to get rid of that big beater, you could crash with Acid Golem, and you get rid of your hassle. Alright, I have Number F-Zero Utopic Future. I noticed that a lot of people have problem getting rid of this card. Getting to attack with this, because of the fact that whoever attacks, both of you don't take no battle damage, but you take over that monster. The only reason when I saw that you could get rid of it is Murmurs. Murmurs have that big guy that you detach, becomes big beastic, and negates effects. That's the only reason why in that occasion didn't work. But if I run Effect Veilers in my extra deck, so I'll Effect Veiler it as soon as possible and have F-Zero ready to go. But F-Zero has like got me against pulled through a lot with like Cosmos for sure, because they couldn't get rid of it. So a lot of them forget that the fact of this effect that I could take back, so they forget to either put it in defense mode or Effect Veiler it. So it's a good card. I really like it, and I normally 8 out of 10 times I play it on the field. Oh, and the fact too that if you target to destroy, you could get rid of an overlay material, so it won't be destroyed. So you have Break Sword, you target, you destroy, and you destroy the monster, detach, effect, protect itself. So you could target it twice and detach, so it will be saved. And with Break Sword, it works for the great combo. 1 Dark Law to banish your opponent's cards when they get destroyed or sent to the graveyard, and just banish them instead. And 1 Virgil. It's a Castell for the deck. You send a BA card to the graveyard and shuffle back the card to the deck, and you get effect of the graveyard. And if Virgil's destroyed, you draw a card. So what's new going on in our channel right now is that we're gonna be in YCS Vegas. So if you're there, give us a shout out. I'm gonna do a few deck profiles when we're over there. We're gonna give gift cards, not gift cards. We're gonna give business cards to people, so you can check out the channel. If you're in LA, you can use that same business card to go to the bullpen and get 10% to 15% off on your items that you want to get over there. And I'll keep you posted on the next leak or next update about the ban list or other cards that are gonna come out. So please subscribe, comment down below, and have a nice day.